am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purpose of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. I am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. Well, thank you all for joining me today and studying A Course in Miracles workbook for students and the text. I'm Miracle Willie, forgiveness teacher from the Ozarks, and ready for lesson 6 in the workbook. I am upset because I see something that is not there. Follows on its heels of yesterday's lesson. I'm never upset for the reason I think. And it's why? Because we're seeing something that is not there. I'm upset because I see something that is not there. I don't see reality. I'm seeing an illusion of reality. The exercises with this idea are very similar to the preceding ones. Oh, and today is January the 6th of 2024. Yes, 1 year old, my youngest grandson, Benjamin Lipes. Happy birthday, Benjamin. I am upset because I see something that is not there. The exercises with this idea are very similar to the preceding one. Again, it is necessary to name both the form of upset, anger, fear, worry, depression, and so on, and the perceived source very specifically for any application of the idea. So this lesson is very similar to our preceding ones, not just yesterday's, but all of them. For example, I'm angry at blank because I see something that is not there. Or I'm worried about blank because I see something that is not there. Yesterday we talked about maybe you're worried about not having enough money, or maybe you're angry because somebody did something you didn't think they ought to be doing. Anyway, name the cause and the feeling, the upset. Today's idea is useful for application to anything that seems to upset you and can profitably be used throughout the day for that purpose. However, the 3 or 4 practice periods which are required should be preceded by a minute or so of mind searching as before, and the application of the idea to each upsetting thought uncovered in the search. So you can use this as you notice things throughout the day that you're upset about. You can just tell yourself, I'm upset, or I'm whatever, I'm angry, discouraged, whatever, at whatever you seems like the cause, because I see something that is not there. But he says, but then he still wants us to do the 3 or 4 practice periods where we do our mind searching and then specify what we find inside our thinking as we search our minds. Again, if you resist applying the idea to some upsetting thoughts more than to others, remind yourself of the 2 cautions stated in the previous lesson. There are no small upsets. They're all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. And I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purpose of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. Okay, so we'll encourage you just to do 3 or 4 times today that mind searching, and use it for a quick restorative if you notice yourself being upset. Okay, let's go back and look at our text reading for today. And we're ready, and we're in chapter 1, the meaning of miracles. We're ready for section 3, atonement and miracles. And while you're turning there, holidays and observances around the world, it's Epiphany or Three Kings Day in many traditions. The day that the Magi came to visit the young Christ, and a lot of the Armenian, and I think the Greek Orthodox. Let me actually, in Armenian today is Christmas Day in Armenian, and with that in mind, let me just tell you the word. I looked up the word for peace in Armenian, and I'm going to give this a shot. Khaghaghutyun. 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 4 syllables. Khaghaghutyun. I think that's probably what it is. Khaghaghutyun. And let's see. Orthodox Greek Orthodox Christmas Day today. That's interesting, isn't it? Just a way different Christians around the world celebrate different days. Cuddle Up Day, Apple Tree Day, National Play Outside Day, which is really the first Saturday of every month, but National Shortbread Day. And shortbread, I looked it up, it's basically a real short, kind of like a cookie really, with a lot of butter in it, and a lot of fat. Didn't sound like it'd be the highest on your health list. National Smith Day. And there's more Smiths than any other name in the United States, in the United Kingdom, in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. National Take a Poet to Lunch Day, National Technology Day, and National Tempura Day. And tempura is fried seafood, fish of different types generally, that's been dipped in tempura. Tempura is beaten egg, flour, and water, and sometimes they put starch, oil, and other spices in it. But, it sounded like for a fried food, it'd be a little better than a deep fat fried. And then I want to tell you about another Pawpaw. And, last year when we'd get to an apple, like today, I'd normally have talked about an apple tree. But we're just going to save them all and talk about our apples all together. We're just going to kind of go systematically through the edible landscaping brochure. Rappahanock Pawpaw, which is a Asimina triloba. This tree originated as a seedling from a tree in the Blandley Experimental Farm collection. Rappahanock has large fruit with a firm flesh and few seeds, 6% by weight. The flavor is superior as well, very sweet and refreshing. Very vigorous with good yields, ripens early. Your Rappahanock Pawpaw. And as we're going through the Permaculture for Beginners by Carrie Mitchell, and I couldn't even find the publisher in this little pamphlet, or I would, so, we hope that it's okay that we share this. I tried to get a hold of her to get permission, and I wasn't able, and so we're sharing it with the hopes that it's fine, since they didn't print the publisher or anything. I didn't think it was a big deal. This book provides a rough outline for the permaculture novice, guiding you through what considerations you must factor in when designing your garden, how to organize plants and the types of beds that they will require, techniques to minimize waste, and some tried and tested methods to make your soil, land features, weather, local wildlife, house, and behaviors all work together for the benefit of your garden. We'll learn in permaculture about stacking functions, getting 2 or 3 or more things done at one time. Always keep in mind that the underlying principle to every permaculture process is to avoid having to fight against nature. Key idea in permaculture. Artificial augmentation to your land, the use of scientifically processed chemicals, and the allowance of unnecessary wasted anything are strictly off limits for the permaculture gardener. If this is something you think could work for you, then you're reading the right book. Okay, what else? Okay, well, let's go look now at atonement and miracles. I am in charge of the process of atonement, which I undertook to begin. When you offer a miracle to anyone, to any of my brothers, you do it to yourself and me. The reason you come before me is that I do not need miracles for my own atonement, for I stand at the end, in case you fail temporarily. My part in the atonement is the canceling out of all errors that you could not otherwise correct. When you have been restored to the recognition of your original state, you naturally become part of the atonement yourself. As you share my unwillingness to accept error in yourself and others, you must join the great crusade to correct it. Listen to my voice, learn to undo error, and act to correct it. The power to work miracles belongs to you. I will provide the opportunities to do them, but you must be ready and willing. Doing them will bring conviction in the ability, because conviction comes through accomplishment. The ability is the potential, the achievement is its expression, and the atonement, which is the natural profession of the children of God, is the purpose. Paragraph 2, heaven and earth shall pass away. And that's a quote out of Matthew chapter 24, verse 35, where it says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. So here's what he says about this. Heaven and earth shall pass away means that they will not continue to exist as separate states. My word, which is the resurrection and the life, shall not pass away because life is eternal. What has life has immortality. You are the work of God, and His work is wholly lovable and wholly loving. This is how a man must think of himself in his heart, because this is what he is. You know, I came from a tradition or a lot of thinkers who believed that I was a miserable sinner from birth and had turned my back on God. And Jesus is wanting us to see that we're part of God and can't ever be separated from Him. So He's saying here, you are the work of God, and His work is wholly lovable and wholly loving. This is how a man must think of himself in his heart, because this is what he is. It's a whole new way of looking at yourself for some of us. Paragraph 3. The forgiven are the means of the atonement. Being filled with Spirit, they forgive in return. Those who are released must join in releasing their brothers, for this is the plan of the atonement. Miracles are the way in which minds that serve the Holy Spirit unite with me for the salvation or release of all of God's creations. 4. I am the only one who can perform miracles indiscriminately, because I am the atonement. And, you know, the voice that Helen Schuckman recorded, she believed was Jesus of Nazareth or Jesus of Galilee, that walked the earth 2,000 years ago and that was crucified and rose from the dead. I am the only one who can perform miracles indiscriminately, because I am the atonement. You have a role in the atonement which I will dictate to you. Ask me which miracles you should perform. This spares you needless effort, because you will be acting under direct communication. He wants us to be in touch with our internal guidance and don't do things because we've logically figured them out, a lot of effort. Instead, he just wants us to listen to guidance and do what we know is with our will in that moment. Our will that's the part that's in spirit, that's connected to the Holy Spirit, not the ego's wishes. So this spares you needless effort because you will be acting under direct guidance. Let me back up another sentence. Ask me which miracles you should perform. And a miracle is any act of love. This spares you needless effort because you will be acting under direct communication. The impersonal nature of the miracle is an essential ingredient because it enables me to direct its application, and under my guidance, miracles lead to the highly personal experience of revelation. A guide does not control, but he does direct, leaving it up to you to follow. Lead us not into temptation. He's quoting out of the Lord's Prayer that he left with us 2,000 years ago, which is recorded in Matthew chapter 6, verse 11 through 13. Lead us not into temptation means recognize your errors and choose to abandon them by following my guidance. Yeah, isn't that a nice way to look at lead us not into temptation? We could come up with some pretty wild ideas the way God works with that idea, but he's making it real clear. Recognize your errors, your mistakes, and choose to abandon them by following my guidance. Paragraph 5. Errors cannot really threaten truth, which can always withstand it. Only the error is actually vulnerable. You are free to establish your kingdom where you see fit, but the right choice is inevitable if you remember this. Spirit is in a state of grace forever. Your reality is only spirit. Therefore, you are in a state of grace forever. And we'll try to include that in our song at the end. But that's a good one to take away and think about. Spirit is in a state of grace forever. Your reality is only spirit. Therefore, you are in a state of grace forever. Atonement undoes all errors in this respect, and thus uproots the source of fear. Whenever you experience God's reassurances as threat, it is always because you are defending misplaced or misdirected loyalty. When you project this to others, you imprison them, but only to the extent to which you reinforce errors they have already made. This makes them vulnerable to the distortions of others, since their own perceptions of themselves is distorted. The miracle worker can only bless them, and this undoes their distortions and frees them from prison. Paragraph 6. You respond to what you perceive, and as you perceive, so shall you believe. Catch that. You respond to what you perceive, and as you perceive, so shall you behave. I said believe. And once again, since I made it wrong the first time, it's behave, not believe. You respond to what you perceive, and as you perceive, so shall you behave. The golden rule asks you to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that's a quote out of Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. The golden rule asks you to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This means that the perception of both must be accurate. The golden rule is the rule for appropriate behavior. You cannot behave appropriately unless you perceive correctly. Since you and your neighbor are equal members of one family, as you perceive both, so will you do to both. You should look out from the perception of your own holiness to the holiness of others. Remember, we're all spirit, and you could say this about everyone. Spirit is in a state of grace forever. Your reality is only spirit, and so is your brother's reality only spirit. Therefore, you and your brother are in a state of grace together forever. He didn't say all that. I'm just trying to give you a little application here. You should look out from the perception of your own holiness to the holiness of others. Paragraph 7. Miracles arise from a mind that is ready for them. By being united, this mind goes out to everyone, even without the awareness of the miracle worker himself. The impersonal nature of miracles is because the atonement itself is one, uniting all creation with their Creator. As an expression of what you truly are, the miracle places the mind in a state of grace. The mind then naturally welcomes the host within and the stranger without. When you bring in the stranger, he becomes your brother. 8. That the miracle may have effects on your brothers that you may not recognize is not your concern. The miracle will always bless you. Miracles you are not asked to perform have not lost their value. They are still expressions of your own state of grace, but the action aspect of the miracle should be controlled by me because of my complete awareness of the whole plan. He sees everything and knows what would be the best thing to do in this moment. You don't have to figure it out. Just follow the guidance from our internal teacher. The impersonal nature of the miracle-mindedness, the impersonal nature of miracle-mindedness ensures your grace, but only I am in a position to know where they can be bestowed. And the last paragraph that'll finish this section, 9. Miracles are selective only in the sense that they are directed towards those who can use them for themselves. Since this makes it inevitable that they will extend them to others, a strong chain of atonement is welded. However, this selectivity takes no account of the magnitude of the miracle itself, because the concept of size exists on a plane that is itself unreal. Since the miracle aims at restoring the awareness of reality, it would not be useful if it were bound by laws that govern the error it aims to correct. Okay, wow. And you know what to do today. Same thing as you did yesterday for the most part. Search your mind and name the specified upsets and what you feel are causing them. And then tell yourself, I'm upset because I see something that is not there. And how did he actually say to do it in the let's just look at it again real quick before we sing our song and close, where he says, I am whatever, use the upset feeling that you're having at whatever you think caused it, because I see something that is not there. And of course we'll use the 2 reminders that we're going to sing about. There are no small upsets. They're all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purpose of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. And yesterday, remember what it was? I am never upset for the reason I think. And then today, I am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purpose of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. Spirit is in a state of grace forever. Your reality is only spirit. Therefore you are in a state of grace forever. Spirit is in a state of grace forever. Your reality is only spirit. Therefore you are in a state of grace forever. I am upset because I see something that is not there. You're not seeing your reality, are you? I am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. Spirit is in a state of grace forever. Your reality is only spirit. Therefore you are in a state of grace forever. I am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. I am upset because I see something that is not there. And what's our word for peace in Armenian? And let's remember today, I am upset because I see something and it's not there, and use that for a quick restore if you find yourself upset. Name the upset and the associated feeling that, or the cause that you think, the cause in quotes, the make-believe, what you saw, what you think's going on. But tell yourself, I'm upset because I see something that is not there. This blank that I feel because blank, because I see something that is not there. And as they say in Armenian, Khaghaghutyun. Khaghaghutyun. Peace in Armenian. I am upset because I see something that is not there. Khaghaghutyun.